Alright, so today is Friday, March 20th, 2026. I just got home from work, and it felt like the longest day I've had in a while. So last I talked about it was like 6 o'clock or something like that in the morning, almost 7, maybe 6:30. I don't recall off the top of my head how I was just so exhausted. And, you still, okay, you're still recording. And I went to bed. I slept until my alarm at 4 p.m., excuse me. I slept the whole day away. I mean, yeah, I was up a couple times. I woke up, probably about, I think at 9:30 the first time, looked at the time, because my, little tablet, phone charger, earpod charger, Samsung earbud charger, watch charger, has a little digital clock on it. And I looked at it and it said 9, and I was like, not even close. Next thing I know, I'm back asleep. And then I think it was around noon I had to get up and pee. Like an old man. Kind of come wandering out, go to the bathroom, look at the time. The microwave said it was noon-ish, like noon or 12:30, somewhere in there. I was like, okay, well, I was up for a legit reason. I'm going back to bed. So I peed and went back to bed. Next thing I know, my alarm's going off. I'm like, holy shit. It turns out I really needed to sleep. And after drinking 128 or 128 ounces of water, basically a whole gallon of water throughout the entire night, how little came out was actually kind of impressive. Now, mind you, I'm back on my original diet where I'm eating less. Well, I'm eating about the same amount. Less calorie-wise, more protein diet. And, yeah, I'll talk about that here towards the end because it's important. So anyways, I was up for about 2 hours before I went to the gym. You know, I did my thing, got caffeine in me, walked Albus, waited for him to eat food, which he apparently never did. Hey, Bubba's, go eat your food. He's not listening. He's doing his own thing. I went to the gym, which was a disappointing day for me. I had, it was a good day. It was a good thing. I needed to go to the gym, and I focused on chest and back, where I promptly did 15 sets each, according to my thing. It really wasn't. Just because, well, first off, I started off with chest, my warm-ups, which is pull-ups and push-ups. Did several sets of that. Oh, I did 3 sets of that. In each set being like, let me pull it up here. It really was and wasn't disappointing. So, it ended up being, first one was 13, the second one blew me out of the water. I did 25, and the third one was 10 for pull-ups. And then it was 20, 20, and 17. But that's not the thing. It's like, it was chest and back day where I did 36 sets apparently. 15 for chest and back. Biceps and forearms ended up being 10.5, and the triceps ended up being 7.5, just because it was part of the chest exercise. Where I did push-ups, wide and normal bench presses, and incline bench press, which with the warm-up, that's push-ups, wide, 3, 6, normal, and incline, that's 3, 6, 9, 12. Where I get the 15 from is, I don't know. I don't remember. Oh, and I did the isolateral. Okay, so that's 15. Or the iso... I guess I named it the isolateral horizontal bench press, but whatever. And then, so since... Do push-ups even... or pull-ups even count for the upper back? Sorta. Since pull-ups mainly count for lats instead of the upper back. I ended up doing, well, as always, single arm cable rows, and then V grip, or whatever it's called. It's the close grip, and then wide grip. And I did the same for the lat pull downs, which was wide grip, close grip, and single arm, which got me to 15. Mind you, if I got there a little bit earlier, I guess I would have been able to do, 21 sets, maybe 25 or 24 or whatever. But I didn't have a whole lot of time because I could have used the pec deck machine, did some butterflies. Could have used the row machine. Could have used the lat pull down machine, and that would have leveled me out. I guess I could have and still made it to work on time. But seeing how I hadn't eaten yet, I was hungry, and I could have caught the bus from the gym. I guess it left a few minutes after I did, but whatever. The disappointing part for me, which was the red flag, even though it was a false red flag, which was weird, is I didn't get to see Cardio Bunny, and I didn't get to see the cute girl and her friend, which was, I was expecting them. I didn't see them last Wednesday, or last Thursday, so it is what it is. But yeah, it was still a decent workout. I think tonight, I haven't fully decided. My leg's still not up to it, but last week, after I injured my leg and then promptly screwed it up more, just doing abs made it feel better. Because instead of just being prone like this the whole time, which sucks at work, yeah, I had it stretched out, which I'm not sure if I hurt the tendon. My toes are doing something weird. Well, not weird. They were stuck in a weird position, or just did some muscle damage to the muscle thing. But just being prone like this for a while really helped alleviate a lot of the stress. Just kind of loosened it up while I was doing that or doing abs. Because during the warm up and even the secondary set, I have a 45 that I just kind of link my foot into, and it holds me in place. And I use both 45s, and I do the second set for that Russian twists, and it kind of seemed to help alleviate some of that tension that's in there and made it feel better. And so I'm thinking I'm going to do abs again tonight. I've just been spamming abs the last week, which not a bad thing. I need more ab exercise. But yeah, I didn't get to see Cardio Buddy or the cute girl with her friend, which she's always working out with, which felt like a red flag to me on how the night was going to go, which kind of started out that way, but not really. As shortly after I got to work, dropped my stuff off in the produce back room and opened up the fridge, double check, no truck yet, and I was like, well, son of a bitch. Turns out it didn't show up till 10:30. And I was like, well, this is going to be an indication how the night's going to go. This sucks. I did get to see G, so there was that. Whether or not she noticed I was even around, that's not my monkey or my circus. But it was good to see her. At least one of the four of my favorite girls, was at work or was around. Whether or not it was by choice. Totally funny. So yeah. I didn't get to see D either. Either she's working mid-shift again or she has the day off. Not sure, whatever. Not my monkey, not my circus. I don't follow her schedule. I don't check on her schedule. So it is what it is. But anyways, it ended up being 14 pallets total, which 3 went to meats, which left me with 11 pallets. One I didn't really work. I mean, I pulled the dry off and I looked at it, put it away. It was mostly bananas, but it had like potatoes on top. And potatoes and onions. Sorry. I don't know how long I had it stopped recording for, but I'm going to continue to record or restart the recording. So I got to work and saw G. I'm going to do a quick synopsis. Saw G. Truck wasn't there. It ended up being 14 pallets total, which 3 went to meats and left me with 11. One was bananas that I didn't really work, but it had it had onions on it, which I did work, and I did down stack because it was yellow and sweet, and only the sweet I put out. I mean, I don't really put out regular yellow onions unless it needs to, but I had 4 pallets that had salads all over it in Area 51, which quickly downstacked the Area 51 stuff, got it off the potatoes, used that pallet. Sorry, that pallet for the overstock salads, which ended up working out really well, and got the Area 51, which was spread in the deli, which was spread all the pallets, quickly downstacked. And that took me a half hour, which really surprised me because it's my Monday, even though I only had one day off. It took me a half hour to get that done, and I quickly got that cleaned up, which left me 45 minutes to work the salad or the wet wall. Try to get to the berries, which didn't really work out. Getting to the berries before break, I ended up getting down stacking and working the wet wall. I keep trying to call it salad. Wow, the salad pallet real fast, and got that over onto carts. Or not carts, but onto one pallet, which left me a whole pallet for berries, which was kind of funny because I ended up cleaning up the berry bunker, ended up down stacking and cleaning it up, fixing it, because there was a lot of weird stuff going on with it, which people don't know how to, are too damn lazy and don't put away berries right. I mean, the way we're supposed to do, apparently the way I've been doing it now, which is the way we're supposed to be doing it, on the bottom level, we're supposed to put it down a case and fill the front, and then put others on top, which they were just putting cases upon cases, and they're just to be frickin' lazy. I quickly cleaned that up, made it look how it's supposed to look, and filled it, which I thought would have set me way behind because I was annoyed. On top of the plugging of berries, which is driving me nuts. They are now getting an RPC full of berries because I'm just like, I'm done with this. And a home of 2 8-ounce strawberries, there was side by side, facing a 2, there was a facing a 4, and I was like, what the f-? So I pulled those. I pulled all the extra blackberries because it's a facing a 1 and they had a facing a 3. And there's all this weird, dumb crap that they're pulling, and I'm just like, this is highly inappropriate. Modular integrity for a reason, and yet nobody else is following it. But I got that quickly done, and then I had mushrooms on that pallet and one other one, and got that taken care of and got it all condensed down. Quickly started working on and got that in the cooler, and quickly started working on the apple citrus pallets, which I got that down to 2 out of the 2, which one happened to be the layer of cantaloupe, which stupidly, I mean, I understand why they did it. They filled the home with personal watermelons, and I was annoyed, but I was like, I'm not rotating this out. I'm leaving it as is. So I did, and I left in the pallet, but it had a barrier on top where you could set RPCs on top. And I quickly set other product on top, and I was like, I need another pallet. I had one for cardboard, one for berries, and one for the new RPCs because they took them out and didn't even replace it. So I was like, whatever. And I had to do that real fast. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put the berries and the mushrooms on top, and that's quickly what I did quickly. So I was like, I'm annoyed by this, but whatever. And I still was able to leave them with 4 pallets in that cooler and 1 dry. Just amazes me that, and I wonder this every freaking night. It takes me 4 to 6 hours to work 9 to 16 pallets, yet you would think, rationally, logically, if it takes me that long, why can't 2 to 4 of them do it? It takes them literally all day. Even when I was binning, and I was binning up to 12 pallets a night, it would take me 6 hours. 6 freaking hours. Should take 3 of them 2.5. And yet, one person is always kicking their ass. So, I never understood that. Like, at all. So, yeah. But I ended up getting done by 3 o'clock. 3:30 with cleanup, which was nice. Because it felt nice that I didn't have to take out RPCs again. So, yeah, it felt nice. But, yeah. And then I quickly moved over to frozen meats where I looked at what was going on. I worked the new stuff and got that bin. And I started looking at the bins and I was like, this is driving me nuts. I want this pallet. Because we have a pallet with steel above it with the seafood. This pallet has become a catch-all because laziness. And so I quickly reorganized it, worked it, got as much out as I could, worked it and cleaned it up. And it made me feel better because that's exactly what I wanted, was a clean platform to get my frozen seafood off the pallet. The only thing I was left on it, and that's what I wanted, was my overstock seafood because I don't know where else to put it. So that's how my night ended, and then I got home relatively early. I mean, it's 8:05 now, and I've been talking for a good minute. My only hope is, I know I'm going to see her tonight, hopefully. Knock on wood. Both of them, really. Because I want to see Cardio Bunny, and I'd like to see the cute girl, because seeing the both of them at least gives me a chance to know everything's going to be okay. So, I don't know what else to say. I'm going to edit and upload this, and eat some food. Watch probably some TikTok, and well, actually probably some TV since I'm going to have my hands full. I'm going to have some burritos. Oh yeah, before I forget about that. Now, I've been talking about going back on my original diet. The last time I weighed myself, cancel this out, I was 153 pounds. I'm up like 7, I was up, what? I'm up 10 pounds. I was up 10 pounds. Basically from my lowest a couple months ago. And I can contribute it to that, some of that to how I was eating. For months I was eating every day frozen pizza, a whole frozen pizza, and like 6 to 8 things of garlic bread every day. So I can obtain that. But some of that is also muscle. Now, I've gone back to my original diet. Now, mind you, I burn about 4,500 to 5,000 calories a night, give or take. And that's with taking 20% off of what my watch tells me, because it told me I burned like since I started at 5,000 something calories and I took 20% off earlier, which put me at 40.92, and I burned, give or take, 425 calories at the gym. I can damn near eat whatever I want. However, I want to get rid of this more and just have it skin, so I could lose another 15 pounds and I'd be fine. So I put myself back on my original diet, and it's starting to show. I weighed myself, let me look here, on the 8th, which was 12 days ago. I was 153.2 pounds. Now that was up from 6 months ago where I was 142 pounds. Give or take, I don't remember exactly. The stupid thing won't go back that far. So, being back down to where I'm at, I have lost, in 12 days, I've lost 3.2 pounds. Let me look here. I was at 33.7 pounds of fat, and today I'm at 31.7, so it's definite improvement. And, you know, I was at 87.3 pounds of water weight. Today I'm down to 86.6, so yeah. And it says I lost like 2 pounds, 1.7 pounds of muscle, which I was expecting, you know. But it's a far cry from the BMR that I was last year, where I was just out of control. Like, for example, what is this? February 8th, I was at 1456, and now I'm back down to 1442. I mean, lots changing. Lots always changing. I'm always evolving. But like things like tonight where I can have today my chicken and rice and a couple burritos, I'm going to be excited for. So, I don't know. I don't know what else to say today. I'm tired. I'm hungry. I'm mainly hungry. So I'm going to have some chicken and rice and a couple burritos, and I'm going to watch some TV, and I shall see you all tomorrow. Later.